Hello and welcome to Chapter 10 Key Highlight Video, Assessing Family Functioning in Diverse Context. Family assessment looks beyond one individual. It examines relationship, roles, communication, culture, stress, and how family members affect one another. The core message that I have for you guys today is family assessment is about understanding patterns, not identifying one person as the problem. That is absolutely correct, because when we come to a family, as social workers, as a clinician assessing a family, we're assessing a system. There is a dynamic. When we're talking about system, we have different departments that are connected into each other. And sometimes those relationships between those departments are in the greatest, and sometimes are the greatest. So pay attention into roles, responsibilities, rules, boundaries, communication, poverty, and decision-making, conflicts, and emotional closeness and distance when you assess families as system, because their members play that role. And usually that role is being set on them. And we'll talk about that more. Now, ask who makes the decision, who's the breadwinner, who's being heard, who's being ignored. So paying attention to that, it'll make you understand the full picture versus just blaming one person for the problem or focusing on the problem. Now, when we're talking about cultural context, so those patterns that we see by our family members or the family that we are dealing with, the pattern that we see, the gender expectations, the roles, the respect, the authority, they're all affected or they're all shaped by the person's culture or by that family's cultural beliefs. Because culture not just shape our practices or our values or attitudes, but it also shapes who we become as people, as persons, right? Now, so the culture effect as well, it shapes their privacy, their independence. So instead of judging family on how they're presenting themselves, ask how those values has been developed, right? Ask that question. Be curious. Some of the tools that we have or we can use as social workers and clinicians to understand family dynamics is the genogram, family sculpting, and the echo map as well. They're helpful. Look into them. You have the diagrams in the back. Read about it. Learn more. Absolutely. If it suits your practice, utilize it. Now, when we're talking about areas of functioning, we talked about the emotion, the communication, the emotional support, the problem solving. How is the family really handling itself in dilemmas, in issues, in major life events, whether they're good ones or bad ones? What's their coping skills are like? What their relationship with each other like? Who respects who and who disrespects who? Who is comfortable around who, right? Because the family dynamic is so really interesting that once you dig deep into it, you'll learn a lot. So pay attention to those patterns. Now, please practice ethically, respectfully, absolutely. It's not about you, it's about the client. Meet the clients where they're at, create that treatment plan that is really matches the reality where they can absolutely achieve these goals and objectives. So learn a lot about your clients. The final takeaway for you guys is systems, family members affect one another. Absolutely. Patterns, look beyond isolated behavior. Culture, understand before judging. Tools, use genogram, sculpting, because they reveal patterns for us. Functioning, assess communication, support the problem solving and adaptability. Ethics, protect voice, dignity, confidentiality, and safety. The question that I would leave you with today is, what might be most challenging for you during family assessment? Remaining neutral, understanding cultural differences, managing conflict, or ensuring quieter members are heard. Now, the goal of family assessment isn't to decide whether a family is good or bad. It is to understand how family functions and what may help it move towards safety, dignity, and growth. Thank you.